Today for the National Training Center in Clermont, Florida, the site of the FHSAA softball finals. This is a Class 4A state semifinal between the Indians of Keystone Heights and the Seminoles of Florida High of Tallahassee. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Rydell along with Mike Estes. We welcome you to today's the other Class 4A state semifinal, and the first semifinal, Gulliver Prep, which is looking to three-peat as they get by Bishop Verot of Fort Myers by the final score of 9-4. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for our visitors, the Indians of Keystone Heights. They come in with a record of 19-7 under their first-year head coach, Belinda Phillips. You see Amber Skipper leading things off, the starting pitcher, a senior, batting second and catching, number 11, Ashley Maynard. Batting third at shortstop, number 10, Chelsea Harvin. Batting fourth, the center fielder, junior, number 13, Kelsey Waters. Batting fifth in left field, number 6, junior Kayla Walker. Batting sixth, the senior at first base, number 2, Taylor Simone. Batting seventh at second base, a junior, number 1, Vanessa Munoz. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 12, Rachel Wells, a senior. And batting ninth in right field, a junior, number 9, Lindsey Johnson. Setting the defense for the Seminoles of Florida High in the infield left to right, Ashley Schofield is at third base, Amber Dozier at shortstop, Courtney Davis at second, and Taylor Rozier over at first. Lindsay Fuller behind the plate catching. In the outfield left to right is KK Nixon, Jade Williams, and Brooklyn McGlomery. And in the circle, number 7, Taylor Rossman, the only senior on the team. She's headed to Jacksonville University, and she'll be playing at the next level. So we're ready for softball. Keystone Heights 19-7, Florida High 20-6, and the first pitch of the ball game is swung on and missed for strike one. Keystone started out 1-6 this year, Mike. They've won 10 in a row, 18 of their last 19, and during their current win streak, they're averaging 7 runs per game. It's all about getting hot at the right time.
Oh, wow. That's quite a streak to be on. And that's a great way to come into the semifinals here, or the Final Four.
Amber Skipper has been leading this team, one of the top hitters and sluggers. She has 34 hits, good for second on the team. She leads the team with 11 doubles, batting .400, but she's out on strikes for the first out of the inning. One out. The wind blowing out, as it has been all week, blowing out towards left field. Taylor Rossman, you just saw her in the circle. As I mentioned, the only senior, has signed to play softball with Jacksonville University. Her first pitch to the next batter, Ashley Maynard, is a swing and a miss for strike one. Rossman throws a rise, a curve, a drop ball, and a changeup. She's a 2-time All-Big Bend Player of the Year, 190 strikeouts to date coming in. She has been the starting varsity pitcher since her 6th grade year. Leads by example, a co-captain, and also a good bat, batting over .350 on the season.
Yeah, those 190 strikeouts, Mike, are in only 148 innings.
Ashley Maynard, a junior, according to Coach Phillips, takes charge on the field and keeps the team on the right path. A strong, consistent hitter. Maynard batting .321 on the year, second on the team with 6 doubles as she fouls that one back in the count 1-2. Just underway from the National Training Center, top of the first inning in this Class 4A state semifinal from Clearmont.
Yeah, the thing that jumps out at me about Rossman and as a coach is she's got 12 shutouts.
She's been effective. That one just misses outside to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Your umpires for today. There you see behind the plate, that is Bob Farrell. At first base, Lee Bateman. And over at third base, Steve Benton. The 2-2 pitch taken outside for ball 3, and the count is now full to Ashley Maynard. For Florida High, this is their 2nd straight Final Four. They lost to Gulliver Prep in the 3A semifinals last year. Before that, the last appearance was in 1999. Swing and a miss, and Rossman has struck out the first 2 Indians. Quickly, 2 outs there in the top of the first inning.
Yep. Both strikeouts coming on a rise ball. That looks to be maybe her go-to pitch with 2 strikes.
Florida High 0-3 in the semifinals, but for Keystone Heights, this is their first trip since 1995, as Chelsea Harvin, the shortstop, fouls this one back for strike one.
It shows you how hard it is to get back here once you've been here.
They did win a state title, Mike, in 1989, but that's when it was slow pitch.
Is that right? Wow.
The 0-1 pitch. That one misses for a ball.
Yeah.
Mike Estes, the head coach at Eastlake High School. Mike's got 4 games today.
Yeah, having a blast, though. Having a blast.
Glad to have you, too. That one's fouled back again. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Of course, I'd much rather be coaching in that next game at
absolutely
tonight.
Yeah, your team got beat by Durant, which will be playing in the other semifinal in 8A tonight.
Yes, that's correct.
The 1-2 pitch just missed as Rossman looks to strike out the side. Chelsea Harvin, a senior, one of their bigger leaders, not the most vocal, but with her actions, she definitely does a good job of leading this team. Carries the team from time to time with her stellar defense, positive attitude, and good stick, according to Belinda Phillips, who is in her first year as the head coach.
It's a pretty good accomplishment to get to the Final Four in your first year.
She was the volleyball coach. This one popped up, but it's going to get out of play right side. And her mom was the head coach in the 2000s for 10 years. So, you know, they've definitely got something to share at the dinner table. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. We definitely appreciate all that you do. We hope all the mothers out there have had a great day today. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. That one bounced over to second base, but Davis is there. The throw to first is in time. 4-3 on the putout. It's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first inning. The Indians go quietly as the Seminoles come to the plate. So let's give you the starting lineups for Florida High. 20-6 on the year. They're ranked 3rd in the recent state rankings. Keystone ranked 4th. There you see KK Nixon, a freshman left fielder, will lead things off. Batting second, another freshman, right fielder number 22, Brooklyn Montgomery. Batting third at shortstop, sophomore number 23, Amber Dozier. Batting cleanup, the third baseman number 6, a junior, Ashley Schofield. Batting fifth, designated player number 29, Sydney Jenkins, a sophomore. Batting sixth at second base, a sophomore, number 12, Courtney Davis. The only senior on the roster, the pitcher, number 7, Taylor Rossman, bats 7th. Batting eighth at first base, an 8th grader, number 24, Taylor Rozier. And batting ninth in center field, number 10, Jade Williams, a sophomore. And defensively for the Indians of Keystone Heights, around the horn left to right, Rachel Wells at third base, Chelsea Harvin at shortstop, Vanessa Munoz at second, Taylor Simone at first, Ashley Maynard behind the plate catching. In the outfield left to right, Kayla Walker, Kelsey Waters, and Lindsey Johnson. And in the circle, Amber Skipper. A good curveball and placement. If she wasn't pitching, she would be a great third baseman. But they needed her to pitch this year, and she's gone 19-7, 147 strikeouts and 163 innings pitched, a 1.71 ERA, 10 shutouts on the year. And her first pitch to KK Nixon. That one's hit up the line, but grabbed in foul territory for strike one.
Yeah, Nixon got down the line quick.
Mike, Florida High, a district runner-up. They were runners-up to Madison County, and they beat Madison County in the second round of the state playoffs. They've only allowed 1 run in regional play.
Wow.
Pitch is high for a ball. The count evens at 1-1.
That's pretty easy to win games if you've only given up 1 run in regional.
KK Nixon leads the team with 38 hits. That one is popped up, but up against the fence, third base side. Nixon also leads the team in runs scored with 30. Batting .400 on the year with 1 triple, a couple of doubles. She's a slapper. Started slapping this year to take advantage of her outstanding speed as she takes that one outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the first, no score, just underway here in the Class 4A state semifinals. Mike Rideout along with Mike Estes. As that one's hit back to the netting.
It looks like Skipper's trying to jam her a little bit, make her get the ball in the air instead of on the ground where she can use her speed.
And she does cover a lot of ground out in left field defensively. The 2-2 pitch from Skipper. Called strike 3. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. So both pitchers getting off to a good start. Rossman struck out her first two. Skipper strikes out her first batter.
Yeah, that looked like that could have been a little off-speed pitch. Kind of fooled her.
There's the right fielder, Brooklyn Montgomery. Batting .333, 5 doubles, 1 triple, 9 runs batted in. Swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one. A freshman. Solid defensive outfielder, hits the ball hard, but only sometimes, Rick Rossman points out, right to the player. Does not strike out a lot, though, and probably one of their better bunters. That one's called a strike on the outside corner, and quickly she's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and as a freshman to bat in the 2 spot in this lineup, it's quite an honor, evidently, and then that would make you a good bunter.
The 1-out pitch. Set up outside, but misses low and outside. It's a good look at the Keystone fans who made the trip from Clay County. Florida High, the magnet school for Florida State in Tallahassee. We've got a few fans here too. 1-2 pitch, hit the opposite way down the right field line and in foul territory. The catch is made by Lindsey Johnson for the second out of the inning. Good running catch by Johnson out in right field. There you see a look at the junior. There's a look at that Keystone crowd. Dominate and finish is what it says on the shirt.
That's a good motto. Keep you focused.
Well, they've been dominant as of late. As I mentioned, they've won 18 of their last 19 games.
Incredible.
2 outs for Amber Dozier, the shortstop. A sophomore.
Yeah, to just keep that focus for that many wins, you know, and
yeah,
not to falter at any point.
Dozier leads the team with a .486 batting average. She also leads the team with 9 doubles and 1 triple. She has 1 home run. Second on the team with 21 runs driven in. Hits this one foul, first base side. And also a second in runs scored with 24. According to Coach Rossman, in his 12th year, our offensive leader leads the team in batting average, as I mentioned. Also, second on the team in fielding percentage at .944. Only 4 errors on the year. Loves to practice and always wants to stay late and take extra ground balls. You being a coach, you'd love to have a player like that.
Yeah, I have a few of them, and
that's good to have, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the difference in their game right there.
1-2 pitch, hit the opposite way. Another tough play in right field, and a diving catch made by Johnson as she takes away a hit. And that will do it for the Seminoles here in the bottom of the first inning. Boy, great defensive play by the junior, and she'll be greeted by her teammates ending the first inning. So both teams go quietly in the first. 1, 2, 3. As we head to the second inning, we're scoreless here in Clearmont on the FHSAA network.
Yep, you got to play good defense. You're going to win 18 out of 19 games in a streak like that. You got to play defense.
Keystone last won a state title in 1997. That was in girls basketball. As I mentioned, they won it in slow pitch, but only their first trip since '95 in fast pitch. And as we take a look at how both these teams got here in 4A, Florida High began the regionals with a 5-1 win over Mariana. As I mentioned, they were district runners-up to Madison County. They lost to Madison County in their district championship game as Madison County won the game by the final score of 5-1. However, in the second round of the state playoffs in the region semifinals, Florida High shut them out 4-0.
Wow.
Florida High also shut out West Nassau on the road in Callahan 1-0 to advance. Keystone, meanwhile, shut out South Sumter of Bushnell 10-0, followed by a 2-0 win over Bradford High School of Stark. And then against Space Coast, close game, but Keystone wins it 6-5 to advance.
Yeah, a couple of close games there in the regional finals for both teams.
Kelsey Waters will lead things off, the junior followed by Kayla Walker and Taylor Simone. Middle of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6. That one's called a strike. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Wow, she's hit 5 home runs.
And Kelsey Waters, who takes a strike here, is a great story, Mike, because she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer in the fall. After surgery, radiation, and treatments, she has recovered and now leads the team, been a vital player for this team.
Wow. That's tough. That is so tough. And to be back at the level she's playing, too.
Swing and a miss. She's out on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout already for Taylor Rossman. According to Coach Phillips, Waters, a great teammate and our spiritual leader of the team. She never wavers, always positive and confident, and kind of credits her faith as the reason she was able to overcome the cancer. Here's the next batter, Kayla Walker, the left fielder, a junior who's extremely fast. In fact, Coach Phillips.
I wonder what they're going to call here. Yeah, you're going to make her stay.
Coach Phillips told me that she covers so much ground on the bases and in the field that it's hard to hit it past her in practice. Also a great bat.
Yeah, she squared the bunt there, got hit by the pitch, but since the bat was in the strike zone, they're going to call it a strike.
So she's behind in the count, 0-2. This one's taken outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base. Top of the 2nd, no score. Walker, 2nd on the team with 24 runs driven in. Also 2nd on the team with 34 hits, batting .405 on the year. As that one is fouled off at home plate.
Yeah, at the moment, Rossman throwing nothing but strikes.
Taylor Rossman with 190 strikeouts and 148 innings pitched coming in. As you mentioned, 12 shutouts and under 1.85 ERA. That one hit to 2nd. Davis on to Rozier for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and 5 in a row retired by Taylor Rossman. Here's Taylor Simone, the senior first baseman. Great senior leader, according to Coach Phillips. Always seems to hit the ball on the nose. Comes through big in RBI situations. Solid defensively at first, which is a new position for her. She was in the outfield in previous seasons. And that one has popped up first base side. It's going to be a foul ball. Now we'll leave in the count at 1-1. Simone batting .308, 2nd on the team with 6 doubles. As a team, Keystone bats .356. Pretty solid offensively. 1-1 pitch, and on 1 hop, the second baseman again makes the play. Davis on to first, and it's another 1-2-3 inning here in the 2nd. So we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. We're still scoreless here in Clearmont. Keystone and Florida High on the FHSAA network. Well, just kind of catching you up to date on what's happened, what's taken place here this week at the FHSAA softball finals. We'll go all the way back to the smallest classification. In Class 1A, Lafayette of Mayo defeated Jay 12-9 to win the 1A title. In 2A, it was Grandview Prep edging Pinecastle. Pinecastle out of Orlando. Grandview Prep won it 6-5 to win 2A. American Heritage defeated Bishop Snyder of Jacksonville 3-0. That's American Heritage of Delray Beach. American Heritage won the 3A title. We're in 4A earlier today. Gulliver Prep a 9-4 winner, so they will await the winner of this one for the 4A championship game tomorrow at 4:05. In 5A, it was American Heritage of Plantation defeating Bellevue out of the Ocala area 4-0. In 6A, Pembroke Pines edged Niceville 1-0 to win 6A. Probably one of the best games in the tournament so far. Bartow falls to Chamberlain last night 9-8. Chamberlain's Madison Gonzalez hit 4 home runs in the tournament 11 runs driven in, 8 in the semifinals. She hit a 2-run homer with 2 outs in the last inning. Chamberlain won it 9-8. What a game in 7A. Congratulations to the Chamberlain Chiefs. And in Class 8A, Palmetto edged Jupiter 5-4. Miami Palmetto will get the winner, Jacksonville Mandarin and Plant City Durant. That game is coming up tonight. So that catches you up to date on what's happened here at the FHSAA softball finals. I'll return to some normalcy for a couple of days and then head down to Port St. Lucie for the FHSAA baseball finals.
Busy man.
Fun time of year, though. Fun time of year. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ashley Schofield. That one hit third base side, but foul. So it's now 1-2 to Schofield.
Yeah, both pitchers seem to be working in and out and a little bit up in the zone, just trying to keep the batter's eyes moving around the zone so they can't settle in on a pitch.
The pitch to the sophomore misses for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the third baseman. As that one is hit foul again, third base side. Schofield, a junior, very solid defensively, leads the team in RBIs, home runs, and doubles, a quiet leader and a co-captain. Schofield batting .481 on the year. That one hit out of play left side.
It was actually a good job there to waste a pretty good pitch. That was a good changeup. She stayed back and at least fouled it off.
Schofield with 9 doubles, 3 home runs, 33 runs driven in. She's also second on the team in runs and hits. And she takes that one outside from Amber Skipper. And the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on base. Florida High batting in the bottom of the second. No score here in Clearmont. The 3-2 pitch swung on, hit back to the backstop.
Hanging in there, hanging in there. She's going to try to make this pitch a little tougher for her to get to.
3-2 pitch, fouled back again. So Schofield hanging tough.
Yeah, again, Skipper throwing up in the zone with 2 strikes, changing your eye level.
Her 3-2 pitch. Foul back again. Boy, a tough at bat here for Schofield. Florida High 20-6 on the year. Keystone Heights 19-7. The 3-2 pitch. Up high, ball 4. They check it on the bases. No, she did not go around. First walk issued by Amber Skipper. And Mike, that also is our first base runner.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Earlier games, a lot of stuff has gone on in the first inning a little bit. At least with base runners. They may not have scored every first inning, but they've at least had base runners.
All kinds of bugs out today. But with the wind blowing, it usually keeps those pesky bugs away from us. That one popped up down the left field line. The catch is made. And how about the throw to first base? They didn't get her out. But Kayla Walker made a great catch. We've seen 2 great plays on both sides, in right field and left field.
And although that was a great catch and a great throw, the catcher alertly had the backup at first base on that throw, so if it had gotten away, that runner couldn't have advanced. Just a heads-up play by the catcher there.
A look at Kayla Walker, the junior. Made a great basket catch, running near the line. 1 out. Here's Courtney Davis, the second baseman. Davis, a sophomore. Davis batting .333 with 5 doubles. 1-0 pitch is fouled back, and the count evens at 1-1. Davis, a great defensive player, only 1 error all season long. She's made numerous diving catches and outstanding plays to save games for the Seminoles. Solid hitter offensively. And that one is hit up in the air, but no one's going to catch up to it. And it's now 1-2.
Yeah, they're trying to throw up in the zone there just so they get a pop-up, try to jam her in a bunt situation.
A look at Amber Skipper in the circle for Keystone Heights. 19-7 on the year. The 1-2 pitch. That one's taken low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Seminoles, the home team. The 2-2 pitch. That one hit foul, third base side. Again, the winner will get Gulliver Prep, 2-time defending state champion, going for the three-peat tomorrow at 4:05. Gulliver Prep, a 9-4 winner over Bishop Faroe. Two-two pitch, just missed the strike zone for ball 3.
It didn't miss by much. That's
No, it
actually
didn't.
a good pitch. Even if it wasn't a strike, it's a good pitch to set the batter up for the next one. Now you put a little pressure on.
The 3-2 pitch came inside on her that time, and it's fouled off. Our crew's done a great job. Great camera angles this week.
Yep, they've been on top of every play.
And a reminder, we'll have all of the FHSAA baseball finals for you as well, beginning on Thursday morning from Port St. Lucie. Swung on and foul tip, says the umpire. The throw to first, close but not in time, as Davis is out on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Another heads-up play by Maynard. Had a shot at first. It was a quick release. Almost had a play there.
So 2 outs, and here's the only senior on the team, Taylor Rossman, who's headed to Jacksonville University to play college softball. A co-captain, 2-time All-Big Bend of the Year player. Takes that one low and outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Rossman batting .352. 1 double. There's a called strike. And it's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Amber Skipper looking for strikeout number 3. Florida High batting in the bottom of the second with 2 outs and 1 on. The 1-2 pitch outside. That will even the count at 2-2.
Am I safe to assume that her dad is the head coach?
Yes.
See how I figured that out.
Put 2 and 2 together, right? Swung on and that knocked the gear off the face gear off of home plate umpire Bob Farrell. He gives the thumbs up. He says he's okay.
Yeah, actually, head coach Rossman, I know him from travel ball. He does a team out of Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. The 2-2 pitch. Boy, another tough pitch to lay off of. It's called a ball. For some reason, Mr. Farrell does not like that part of the plate. Keystone fans making some noise. The 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Swung on, popped up, left side, the shortstop. Harvin goes back in the grass. She'll make the catch for the third and final out. That will do it for the Seminoles in the second. They go somewhat quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 left on base. We move to the third. No score between Keystone Heights and Florida High here on the FHSAA network.
Did every batter go to a full count that inning?
Let's see. Schofield did when she walked. Jenkins, though, swung at the first pitch, but the next 2 batters went full. So 3 of the 4 batters that batted that inning went 3-2. So we head now to the top of the third inning. Keystone will send up the bottom third of the order, as we have just 1 game remaining today. Tomorrow, well, it's going to be kind of iffy on the weather. We thought that we might have a chance to miss the rain today. felt some very light rain. I mean, you could barely even feel it with the wind blowing earlier today, but right now, this is actually pretty good weather.
Yeah, the only way I knew it was raining, I couldn't really feel it. I saw the drops here on our monitor.
The wind not blowing nearly as hard as it was yesterday or the day before. Yesterday was the hardest.
Yeah, it actually had the monitor wavering back and forth. We were a little worried it might actually get blown off.
I thought we were going to have to tape it down, yeah. We are sitting outside of the press box in the elements, so thank goodness there is no rain because we'd have to sit in the rain.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up my hair. You know.
Here's Vanessa Munoz, the second baseman, to lead things off. First pitch is called a strike, 0-1. 7, 8, 9 for Keystone Heights in the third against Taylor Rossman. Munoz, a junior, very solid defensively, has a knack for getting on base, a positive teammate according to first-year coach Belinda Phillips. Interesting thing about Belinda Phillips, I mentioned this is her first year. She was also the head volleyball coach. On her staff is Billy Rogers, who coached Williston to the 3A semifinals in 2010, but also on her staff is her husband Paul.
Very nice.
Called strike 3. Munoz out on strikes, and that's strikeout number 4 for Taylor Rossman. Boy, she's grooving here in the third.
Mike, I just realized as we were earlier commenting on the Keystone fans, the young gentlemen.
Yeah.
They are actually wearing the girls' uniforms that are their shorts and tops.
Great.
And we're sitting here trying to figure out if they were track uniforms or whatever. I just realized they're the girls' uniforms.
That's awesome. Here's Rachel Wells, the third baseman. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch taken for a ball. 1-1. Keystone coached by Belinda Phillips in her first year. She's a 2002 graduate of Keystone Heights. 2-1 now.
That's pretty neat. Graduate from there, come back.
Yeah, good to see former graduates go back and coach at their alma mater. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Yeah, Rossman's got that curveball and rise ball at the moment working great.
Wells batting .274 on the year. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at one about letters high. And that's back-to-back strikeouts for Rossman, who has struck out at least one in every inning.
Yeah, again, she's going to the rise ball, 2 strikes. That's her go-to pitch, it looks like, for at least at the moment, until something changes.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Lindsey Johnson, number 9 hitter in the order. The junior who has made a couple of good catches out in right field. Tried to bunt, offered at it, and missed it for strike 1.
Actually, they haven't made a call yet. There it is. I guess I never saw him make a strike gesture.
Now let's see what he flashes here. I think it was no, you're right.
Yeah.
My apologies. So the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And what's odd about that is the catcher didn't ask for help. He didn't clarify unless he told her no help.
This one's hit on top of the third base dugout.
Or maybe even the catcher felt like she didn't attempt.
Yeah.
That happens so fast right there, it's a split-second decision.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch swung on, popped up. This one's going to get out of play. Protective netting above the seats this year, something they did not have last year, but were told by the FHSAA they had to put in place. And the main reason is not so much because foul balls were being hit back to the seats, but we had a situation last year where we had to play 2 games at the same time, and basically you had one field hitting foul balls with people with their back to the action on one side, and then foul balls coming from another direction with people with their backs to the action. So they were told to put in the protective netting above the seating areas.
And that's actually a great move for this complex.
Oh, look out, little boy. Yeah. That ball hit foul out of play. A bunch of youngsters over there playing, and that ball landed right in the middle of them.
Right between all 3 of them.
Yeah.
How it didn't hit one of them. But yeah, they play a lot of travel ball here, so it's it's a great move just for those tournaments.
2-2 pitch popped up. This one also will get back to the netting.
Yeah, last night's game, the Chamberlain-Bartow game, both sets of fans were cheering the ball back down the net.
Right. 2-2 pitch hit to the right side. The first baseman, Rozier, going to flip it over to first. We had a little collision. I think incidental, but let's hope that Courtney Davis is okay. She's slow to get up, but she did hold on to the ball. 3-4 on the putout, and that will do it for the Indians in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. For the third consecutive inning, they go 1, 2, 3. Taylor Rossman has faced 9. She has retired all 9 in order, and she has struck out 5. Amber Skipper not pitching too bad herself, as she has thrown 2 innings, allowed no runs on no hits, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And Florida High will send up batters 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, right now it looks like both teams are kind of just like like they say in a boxing match, just kind of sparring to see who's gonna
kind of filling each other out.
Yeah, see who's gonna make the first move almost. And I noticed Coach Rossman talked to his first baseman as she came off the field there to let her know that she probably could have got over and tagged the runner at first, or just taken the play by herself instead of making that short flip.
So we head to the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless, nothing across on either side. And it will be Taylor Rozier, Jade Williams, and KK Nixon for the Seminoles here in the bottom of the third inning. Florida High, the home team. Predetermined, I was talking about that with someone yesterday. I'd really like to see them change that. I wish that once they got to the state semifinals that they'd flip a coin.
To see who you play?
Yeah. Well, to see who would be the home team.
Oh, to see who would be the home team. Oh, yeah, they predetermine it each year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually that way through the whole bracket.
Yeah, but I think when you get to this point, to the state semifinals, the Final Four, you should flip a coin. You know, they do it at other levels. First pitch to Taylor Rozier on the inside part of the plate, called a strike. Again, Florida High, a district runner-up. Finished runners-up to Madison County, but were able to beat the Cowboys in the second round of the state playoffs. As that one's fouled off at home plate, and it's quickly 0-2. Taylor, just an 8th grader. Well, she's a big 8th grader, isn't she?
Yes, good-sized kid, athletic looking. Got to like that if you're a coach.
Yeah, very aggressive defensively, according to Coach Rossman. Charges bunts better than most. Beyond her years, according to Coach Rossman. The 1-2 pitch, called, strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Amber Skipper.
Good late movement on that pitch. Just got the corner. Looked like maybe the front corner of the plate.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter in the order, the sophomore center fielder, Jade Williams.
Another lefty.
Considered another leadoff hitter for Coach Rossman. She does a good job of batting in the number 9 spot.
And Keystone playing their infield in like they're making a play at the plate almost here. Not expecting her to hit it through them.
Williams bats .303 on the year. She's got great speed, though, so.
That's the other reason for playing in tight.
Yeah.
You know.
1-1 pitch, fouled back, 1-2.
And the only thing that's odd about this setup is they actually have the center fielder maybe deeper than what she should be. If you're going to bring your infield in like that, they need to also do, I would think, do the same thing with your outfield. Have them mirror what your infield's doing.
The 1-2 pitch. Well, she held off and took it for a ball. It's 2-2.
That was a good job there. That's a tough pitch. tough pitch as a slapper. She had to recognize and hit the brakes and realize I have no chance of hitting that.
Wind continuing to blow out to left. She takes another one. This one's low and outside. Ball 3 and the count is full. The top of the order on deck. So if you're Amber Skipper, you really want to go after Williams here.
Yeah, you definitely want to face the top of the order with 2 outs.
Yeah.
And nobody on.
That one's fouled back. You look 1 through 9 at the Seminoles.
Oh.
Well,
he called her out.
He called her out.
He says that was a bunt attempt.
Wow.
Wow. I'm not sure about that.
All right, we'll put a question mark. We'll put it down, I guess, as a strikeout. I'll have to
Unless she
Seth
got out of the
Polanski.
box or something.
I'm thinking that may have been the case.
Maybe that's what he called. Because that was a slap.
Yeah.
So he must have called her out of the box. That's the only thing I can see.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't a bunt attempt.
No.
I think that's what happened. Top of the order with K.K. Nixon, who was caught looking back in the first. 2 outs. 0-1 pitch is fouled back, 0-2. You look at this lineup, 1 through 9 for Florida High. Freshman, sophomore, junior, sophomore, senior, 8th grader, sophomore. And here they are in the state semifinals.
Yeah. Well, now the only problem with getting here now is now you got to do it again because you're going to be expected, right?
Exactly.
The coach is going to tell you that.
0-2 pitch. Boy, it looked good, but called a ball, 1-2.
Yeah, on the previous batter, it must have been what they called because Coach Rossman didn't even say a word. So
that one comes inside on Nixon. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nixon, another slapper. Just started slapping this year to take advantage of her outstanding speed. Pops it up, third base side, in foul territory. The catch made by Rachel Wells. That will do it for the Seminoles, who go quietly in the third. 1, 2, 3. And we head to the 4th, still scoreless here in Clearmont.
And Nixon looked like she was just trying to dump it over to the third baseman's head. A lot of slappers like that setup on defense, and they can just dump it there between the third baseman and left fielder. And usually a lefty puts enough spin on the ball. If it hits out there, it's going to shoot foul territory, and with her speed, she could be at second.
Didn't hurt that Wells had a little size to her, so it wasn't hit over the top of her too far. Mike Rideout along with Mike Estes here at the FHSAA softball finals, the National Training Center in Clearmont. This is a Class 4A softball semifinal between Keystone Heights and Florida High. You see nothing across as we head to the top of the 4th inning. It's been a pitcher's duel between Taylor Rossman of the Seminoles and Amber Skipper of the Indians.
Yeah, this might be one of those games, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, depending on, how this game goes from here. And the big thing is you don't want to make a mistake, as either team at this point. And that will give the other team life.
I think that's the key when you get to this point. The team that makes the fewest mistakes, whether they're errors that show up or mental errors, those are the teams that make those errors that usually don't find a way to come back and win them. And when runs and outs are at a premium in a game like this, they're, exposed even bigger.
Yeah, exactly. It just absolutely magnifies them.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is it changes team morale. It changes, everything that goes on in the game for you as a team.
Amber Skipper leading things off. The 0-1 pitch called a strike. Keystone fans didn't like that. They thought that's where Amber Skipper was hitting the mark last inning.
Yeah, that's one of those you're going to hear the old call it both ways.
That's right. 0-2 pitch popped up behind home plate. This one's going to get out of play.
Yeah, if you come to the ballpark enough, you get to hear all the good cliches from the fans.
Right.
You're missing a good game, Blue, all those things.
Skipper struck out swinging in the first inning. 5 strikeouts for Taylor Rossman. Her 0-2 pitch Swung on, fouled back. Top of the 4th inning, scoreless here in Clearmont. The 0-2 pitch from Rossman. Called, strike 3.
Keystone fans don't like that one either.
So 2 outs, or twice rather, that Skipper has been retired via the strikeout. 1 out in the inning. And here is Ashley Maynard, who also was a strikeout victim. You just saw a look at the Keystone students that we were talking about. That's great.
Yeah, they're definitely wearing the what they call a Razorback uniform that is typically worn by a girls softball team.
We may have to take a look at them again in a minute.
Yeah. And a couple of the kids, I think, had like Halloween masks and wigs, and anyway, they're just having a good time.
Yeah. The 2-0 pitch to Maynard is a swing and a miss, 2-1.
Yeah, at our school we have a blue crew, and usually at the volleyball games they're pretty obnoxious.
2-1 pitch, fouled back. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Maynard. Ashley batting .321, second on the team with 6 doubles, 15 runs driven in. Rossman, though, looking for strikeout number 7. She's got the fingers going. She's ready. Her 2-2 pitch, fouled back again.
Maynard hanging tough.
Good crowd on hand for this 4A semifinal. Although we do have over to our right on the first base side, a lot of Durant people already in attendance.
Yeah.
They're playing the next game. That one hit pretty well to left field, but it's going to hang up in the air, and Nixon's going to make the catch. Boy, you never know the way the wind is blowing out in left field, but it was just hit too high in the air, and Nixon was able to get to it for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Maynard got under it just a little bit, and I think it actually sounded like it might have been down on the bat instead of on the barrel. She had that on the barrel. I think that gets out of here.
Here's one of 4 seniors in the starting lineup, Chelsea Harvin, the shortstop. Popped up in the circle, or right behind the circle. The shortstop, Dozier, makes the play, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. Keystone looking for their first base runner of the game, as Rossman has retired all 12 batters she has faced, Mike.
Yeah, she's, again, throwing very efficient, hitting her spots. She's got great spin from what I can see. And that rise ball has been absolutely deadly.
In the bottom of the 4th, Florida High will send up batters 2, 3, and 4 against Amber Skipper. Nothing across on both sides. Brooklyn Montgomery will lead things off. She's 0 for 1. She popped up into right field that Lindsey Johnson came over in foul territory and made a good catch. And then the next batter, Dozier, hit one out the right field, and Johnson made a diving catch. We also saw a good catch out in left field by Kayla Walker.
Let's see if Skipper stays with her same strategy. She's just been working in and out, and then occasionally up in the zone. And so far, that's kept Florida High off balance.
Once again, want to wish all the mothers out there a very special day. Happy Mother's Day. We appreciate all that you do. There's the freshman, Brooklyn Montgomery, the right fielder, 0 for 1 in the game. To lead off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Yeah, I probably should wish my wife a happy Mother's Day since I'm here. And, you know, she basically raised 3 kids, you know, my 2 daughters plus me.
Okay, right, yeah.
Keeps us all in line.
Montgomery does not strike out a lot. She takes a strike here. That evens the count at 1-1. batting .333 on the season.
And according to my stats, hasn't made an error all year.
And that ball is into left field for a base hit, our first hit of the game. A leadoff single for the Seminoles.
I think Florida High's bunting here and probably try to play for one run at a time, right? It makes sense.
You would think where runs may be at a premium that they're going to play small ball and sacrifice here with Amber Dozier.
She's one of their bigger hitters, but you also have another big hitter behind her.
Yeah, she's their offensive leader, leads the team in batting average, second on the team in RBIs. First pitch is called a strike, 0-1. She's 0 for 1, but had a hit taken away out in right field on a diving catch in right field. Oh, 1 pitch. That one's taken low and outside. The count evens at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, no indication that they're thinking about bunting and moving her over.
Amber batting .486. 9 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 21 runs driven in. 35 hits on the season. There's strike 2. 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looked like she got surprised there. I think she was looking for a different pitch. That pitch was pretty good, but a little in. She was not ready for that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out with a runner at first. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, another base hit. So the Seminoles threatening. Throw goes to second, not in time. 2 on with nobody out.
Shows how much I know about coaching.
Here's Ashley Schofield, the third baseman, who walked in the second.
That just shows you that Coach Rossman has a ton of confidence in his players right there.
Schofield batting .481. That's good for second on the team. She leads the team with 9 doubles and 3 home runs. Also leads the team in RBIs with 33. Florida High threatening with runners at first and second and nobody out. That one hit well, but out of play left side. That will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. It's taken outside for a ball, 2-1.
Well, here's a big pitch in this inning in my mind as a coach, 2-1 count. Sort of tough hitter. You got to make it tough on her.
And she's got her to foul it off, so it's 2-2.
Threw it in a very good location.
Foul ball is a little bit easier to catch when they roll off the net, huh?
Yes.
That gentleman just made an easy catch. 2-2
actually,
pitch called, strike 3. Boy, a big strikeout for Amber Skipper for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that's a huge pitch right there.
So 1 out, 2 on for Sydney Jenkins. Designated player. The sophomore hit one into left field that Kayla Walker made a running catch on. So she's 0 for 1 with a pop up in the left. This one's popped up, but it's going to get out of play. 0-1 to Jenkins.
Yeah, Skipper made 2 great back-to-back pitches on that last batter to, you know, being in the count 2-1, you have to make tough pitches. She bared down, got it done.
Jenkins batting .325. Takes that one outside for a ball. Count evens at 1-1.
And Dozier's getting a huge lead over at first, so a ball in the gap, she could possibly score.
Timeout called. Brooklyn McGlovery led the inning off with a base hit to left. She's at second. Amber Dozier single to left. She's at first. Schofield just struck out. 1 out, the 1-1 pitch. Down a little bit low. Ball 2, 2-1.
Yeah, here's another another 2-1 count in a key situation.
Reach down for, lifted into left center field, and it goes off the glove of Waters. Everybody's safe and the bases are loaded. That'll be a base hit, third hit of the inning for the Seminoles. A good effort by Waters, but she just couldn't come up with it. So the base is loaded with one out for the second baseman, Courtney Davis. Davis struck out in the second. She's 0 for 1. This one's popped up, but going to get out of play for strike one.
Yeah, Keystone playing their infield in. They're going to go to the plate here, try to get the force play.
Davis batting .333 on the year, 5 doubles. Infield is playing in, so you're right. They'll come home with a pitch, a wild pitch, but well, initially Maynard had blocked it, and then it kind of skirted off to her right, but the runners don't advance. They caught a break there.
Yes, they did. I guarantee you both the coach at third and the runner at third probably got blocked and didn't have any idea how far that ball actually went.
Well, I think when they saw that it hit her in the chest and it looked like she was going to keep it in front of her, that's why they didn't send her. That ball hit foul third base side.
Yeah, and once you stop, don't restart.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you will be out.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded for Florida High. Bottom of the 4th inning for the number 6 hitter in the order. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, deep enough probably to get the run home. The catch is made and right. The throw to the plate, not in time. And the Seminoles take the first lead of the game as that ball got away from Maynard, and the other runners will advance to second and third. So a sac fly and an RBI for Courtney Davis, the sophomore. McGlomery scores on the play. Dozier moves to third. Jenkins to second. And the war chant from the Seminole fans now. Here's Taylor Rossman, the pitcher, the only senior on the team. Timeout called.
You know, looking back, that was a good job by Davis. I think the count was 1-2, and she was able to get that ball driven to the outfield.
Well, they didn't score an error, so the runners advanced, I guess, on the throw. Popped up to short, the catch is made, and that will end the threat. So a big out because they had runners at second and third with a senior at the plate. And they get out of the inning with only just 1 run given up, and you see the little head shake there, just hoping that he could have gotten more than 1 run, because we know runs are at a premium in this one, Mike.
Yes, and part of that head shake could be that was his daughter that just made that.
That's
out.
True. 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors in the inning, and 2 runners were left on base. So we head to the top of the 5th inning. Florida High takes the first lead of the game, 1-0 here in Clearmont. Here in the Class 4A state semifinals. 1 more semifinal to go. Kelly Neff will handle the play-by-play. Mike Estes will provide color analysis. And that's the 8A game coming up tonight between Jacksonville Mandarin and Plant City Durant. Game scheduled for 7 o'clock, but we know that will start late as well. It's a domino effect. Once you're late, when you got 4 games in a day, and you start 1 game late, especially your first game, if it's late, you could have a domino effect. Here in the top of the 5th, Keystone Heights will send up 4, 5, and 6, so they've got the middle of the order coming up with a chance to get that run back. But Taylor Rossman's been in control. She has yet to allow a base runner. She's retired all 12 batters she's faced, and she has struck out 6 in the game.
Has there even been a ball to the outfield? Even a fly ball to the outfield?
We've had 1 pop up into left field.
Yeah.
Which was hit pretty well.
Right.
As that one's fouled off by Waters, the center fielder, for strike 1. Again, it was Kelsey Waters who overcame a major obstacle between the seasons, diagnosed and treated for thyroid cancer, swing and a miss, and she's quickly behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Took a lot out of her physically, but she stayed strong mentally, worked harder than ever to get all of her strength back. An amazing athlete, leader, and person, according to Belinda Phillips. And not only did she get back, but you look at what she's done for Keystone Heights this year. Kelsey Waters leads the team with 45 hits, leads the team with 28 runs batted in, leads the team with a .549 batting average, but she's out on strikes here for the second time in the game. 1 out to start the 5th.
And another good rise ball by Rossman.
They have been unable to solve Taylor Rossman, who's headed to Jacksonville University to play at the next level, college softball at a Division I school. As Kayla Walker pops this one up to second. Quickly, there are 2 outs. So 2 outs for Taylor Simone.
I actually like that strategy to swing at the first pitch Rossman throws, and then you don't have to go after something with more movement than normal, and don't put yourself in the hole. You might have a better chance.
The senior first baseman 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Keystone trails 1-0 here in the top of the 5th inning as the first pitch is there for strike 1.
Yeah, I believe you got to start attacking first pitch and just see what happens.
That one's popped up over the head of the pitcher, but a great play. Throwing her out was the shortstop to end the inning. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. Keystone Heights without a base runner today. 15 in a row for Taylor Rossman to start the game, and she also extends her streak with at least 1 strikeout in every inning. So Florida High will bat in the bottom of the 5th with a 1-0 lead as they plated their only run on 3 hits last inning. They will send up batters 8, 9, and 1. Keystone Heights making their first trip since 1995. For Florida High, this is their 2nd straight Final Four. They lost to Gulliver Prep in the 3A semifinals last year. Prior to that, 1999 was the last time they were here, but they're looking for their first win in the semifinals. 0-3 all time.
Going back to that play that Dozier just made to end that inning, she did a great job of not trying to throw that ball too hard to first base. Knew she had enough time to get the runner, and that's a play I'm sure they probably practice, or that type of throw, because we actually practice a lot of what we call a slingshot throw, where you make that throw as you're running.
There you see the center fielder and right fielder, Waters and Johnson respectively. They break the circle. Amber Skipper to face 8, 9, and 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Taylor Rozier 0 for 1, struck out in the 3rd inning. First pitch is low for ball 1. Four strikeouts, 1 walk for Skipper. He's given up 1 run on 3 hits through 4 innings. Swung on and fouled back. Count evens at 1-1.
Rozier's the 8th grader, right?
Yep. Again, you wouldn't guess that by looking at her.
No. She's athletically built, taller kid. They probably have her heights on here somewhere.
She might be taller than the home plate umpire. That one's taken low for a ball. Look at the size between the two. I mean, looks like she's taller than all 3 of them back there. Again, just an 8th grader.
Yeah, 5'9".
So she's still got time to grow. 2-2 pitch, slapped back or fouled back.
Yeah, Skipper working the outer half of the plate against Rozier.
Rozier was caught looking back in the third. The 2-2 pitch. That one is a line shot right to the center fielder, Waters, who makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Sounded like trouble off the bat.
It did. When it first left the bat, I thought it might be trouble. But Waters was there for the first out. Here's Jade Williams, the center fielder, top of the order on deck. Bottom of the fifth, 1-0 Florida High. Scoring a run on 3 hits last inning. Catching them a little bit by surprise. The throw, I think they got her. They did. Fine play defensively with a speedy Williams going down the line.
First base coach just got his exercise for the night. He's jumping up and down over there.
That's a big out because now you got the top of the order coming up. 2 outs for KK Nixon. Nixon, a freshman, 0 for 2, struck out and popped up to the third baseman in foul territory. First pitch, down low, ball 1.
Yeah, giving a freshman a leadoff duties. Got to have a lot of faith right there because you're expecting a lot out of that player.
According to Coach Rossman, Nixon very quiet but leads by example. Has good power, can hit the gaps at times. Leads the team with 30 runs scored. Ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Skipper. Comes inside, hit right back to Skipper. Her throw to first is dropped by Simone. Boy, a routine play. And Simone couldn't hold on to it. Well, we've seen time and time again in this tournament, errors open the door for big innings.
Yeah, and that's just a little bit of lack of focus right there to finish the play. And yeah, you got to hope that doesn't hurt Keystone.
There's Brooklyn Montgomery, who singled her last at bat. She's 1 for 2 with a run scored. First pitch, that one hitting the gap in left center. That's a base hit. So here come the Seminoles, first and second.
Yeah, now you have the 3-hitter up with 2 runners on, but there is 2 outs.
Amber Dozier singled her second at bat. In her first at bat, she hit one out to left field that Kayla Walker made a diving catch on. Otherwise, she'd be 2 for 2. So a tough out, but as you mentioned, 2 outs, 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Keystone, with runs at a premium today, needs to get Dozier out here. First pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0. And a line shot, and how about Simone making up for it on a tougher play?
Yeah, that's excellent reaction. Just a play, I feel better for her now.
Yes.
You know, they get a hit there. You know, that's one of the things you're going to remember for years and years.
So in the inning, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on base. The Seminoles have stranded 5. Keystone has stranded none. Why? Well, they have yet to get a base runner against Taylor Rossman. Rossman has retired all 15 batters that she has faced. So the Indians are 6 outs away from having their season come to an end.
Yeah, and as long as Rossman stays with her same strategy and hits location, she has kept Keystone completely off balance.
We saw Lauren West of Bartow throw a no-hitter this week.
Yeah, that's who we faced last year, Lauren West, in the Final Four game last year, and she was tough.
Bottom third of the order will come to the plate for Keystone Heights. Looking for their first base runner, as Vanessa Munoz, the second baseman, will lead things off. Munoz has a knack for getting on base, according to Coach Phillips. So let's see if she can do so here in the top of the 6th inning. Lights are on here at the facility. First pitch called a strike.
Rossman continues just to work ahead, put more pressure on each batter.
0-1 pitch, popped up behind home plate. Did she catch it? Yes, she did. Lindsey Fuller makes the play in foul territory for the first down of the inning.
Good concentration right there to get back to the backstop. Make sure you're not going to trip or fall or make a collision there.
Fuller, that flex player. One out for Rachel Wells, the third baseman. It's called a strike, 0-2. Lindsey Fuller, just an 8th grader as well.
Wow.
This one is going to be a tough play over to shortstop. The throw to first. Safe at first base. An infield hit for Wells. And now Keystone has something to work with, their first base runner of the game.
That was a close play.
It was very close.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if they're going to question it. There's not much you can question.
I'll say this, to be honest, I thought she was out at first base, but I feel like the home plate umpire sometimes has called some balls for the other team and strikes for Keystone. So, you know, a lot of times these things just kind of play out.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she kept her foot on the bag. He didn't make a motion.
That could be the thing because it looked like the throw beat her.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering on the stretch if it actually pulled her off the bag, and he didn't gesture that, but I'm just wondering if that's what he saw.
And a good bunt here by Johnson. The throw to first. The sacrifice gets the job done. Throw back to second, not in time. So a runner in scoring position, but it's going to take a timely hit. We've talked about pitching, defense, and timely hitting, the keys to winning games. And they've got the person they want at the plate in Amber Skipper, the top of the order.
Yeah, this is key. 2-out hit here would be huge. Get him right back in the game, tie game.
Amber Skipper bats .400 on the season. And she pops it up, but it's going to get out of play. Strike one.
See, I think she had the right approach. Go after the first pitch, best pitch, and see if you can't, drive it someplace.
Actually, that's number 4 in the game. So we have a someone running. That's Morgan Gibbs running at second base.
Yeah, according to my sheet, she's a JV move up.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Keystone Heights trails 1-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. They make the announcement now of Gibbs. The 0-1 pitch to Skipper. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, Amber Skipper looking for the hat trick. She has struck out twice. Although I don't think Amber's looking for the hat trick. She's looking for a base hit and a chance to bring home the tying run. She lays off of that one. It's taken high for a ball, 1-2.
Yeah, she needs to just get composed right here and shorten up what she's doing. Get the ball put in play. It'll get through the infield on this concrete they're playing on out there.
Taken outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
It's probably easily one of the hardest fields both of these teams have played on all year.
2-2 pitch, kind of a check swing, and it's going to get out of play left side. Wind is starting to pick up a little bit, blowing out towards left field. The 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a wild pitch, and the runner's going to get to third. Gibbs gets in standing up. Well, a base hit now for sure scores the run.
Yeah, you got a couple other options on the table too. If, you know, another wild pitch, an error, anything like that scores the run a lot easier than if she was at second.
Even an illegal pitch. 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. So runners on the corners with 2 outs for Keystone Heights.
Yeah, speaking of illegal pitches, I remember a few years ago, Venice High School was like 31-0 playing in the championship game. I can't remember who they were playing. I think it was Bartram Trail. And Bartram Trail had a runner at third. And,
I remember that, yeah.
And Venice, their pitcher, got called for an illegal pitch, and they lose the game on that call.
That's a tough way to lose, isn't it?
And that's so tough for an umpire to make that call.
Yeah.
And, you know, they realize the situation.
Well, Ashley Maynard, junior catcher, will bat. And after there was a conference in the circle amongst the players, here comes Coach Rossman.
Yeah, I think he's probably got to be talking about a couple different things here. One, how they're probably going to pitch this batter, and then 2, to pay attention to like a delay steal and, you know, stuff like that. Them trying to get a, you know, lack of a better term, a cheap run instead of a run where they get a base hit.
Well, also watch for Skipper to take off for second base too. They may try to send her part of the way so they can try to get that run home. A little deception. Or they may just send her outright. I don't think they're going to worry about an infield playing back at second and short. And the first pitch is there for a called strike. Ashley Maynard 0 for 2. She struck out in the first, popped up to left field in the fourth. Keystone with runners on the corners. First inning that they've had base runners in the game. The 2-out pitch, swing and a miss. And quickly it's 0-2 to Maynard. So Rossman 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
Yeah, again, she's working ahead. You know, that the 0-1 pitch right down the heart of the plate. I think you got to be swinging there.
0-2 pitch is up high for ball 1, 1-2. Ashley Maynard bats .321, second on the team with 6 doubles, 26 hits on the year. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. The Indians threatened but failed to score. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 runners left on base. So as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Florida High holding on here in Clearmont. Mike Rideout and Mike Estes here in this Class 4A state semifinal game. Our second Class 8A state semifinal game yet to come. Kelly Neff and Mike Estes here on the FHSAA network for that one.
Yeah, Rossman got out of a bit of a jam there. Made good pitches when she had to.
Well, the good news for Keystone, if they can get out of the inning without giving up a run, they will send up 3, 4, and 5 in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, keep it at 1-0, and you got a legitimate shot to not only tie the game, but to take the lead.
Here in the bottom of the 6th, Florida High will send up the middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6. There you see your line totals. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Florida High. 1 run on 3 hits in the 4th inning, though. Keystone with no runs on 1 hit. They've committed 1 error, and that 1 error almost came back to haunt them. Taylor Simone made the error at first, and then after 2 were on base, a line drive to Simone. She snagged it. That ball gets by her. That scores 1, maybe 2 runs.
Yeah, nobody felt better than her on that play.
She redeemed herself. Ashley Schofield will lead things off. The third baseman 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. The first pitch is high and away for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That's called a strike inside part of the plate, 1-1. Let's see, this game started, what, at 5:30?
Yeah, 5:35.
We're not even quite an hour and a half in. And we're already in the bottom of the 6th.
You're not supposed to talk about that, remember?
This is true. We were cruising right along in our game between Bishop Snyder and semifinal game between
Bishop Barreau.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trinity Prep.
Oh,
Bishop
you're talking
Snyder,
about yesterday.
Trinity Prep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one's foul tipped. So Schofield's out on strikes for the first out of the inning. And my color commentator made a comment that we were cruising right along, and then the next thing I know, we go into extra innings, and it ends up being the longest inning game of the tournament, 10-inning game. Bishop Snyder was able to come back and win it 2-1, but they lost, as you mentioned, in the championship game to American Heritage. Here's Sidney Jenkins, the designated player. Jenkins 1 for 2. And Maker 2 for 3. Base hit out in the left center.
Just hit that off the end of the bat, but got enough of it to drive it out there.
That'll bring up Courtney Davis, the second baseman. Had a sac fly and an RBI. She has drove in the only run of the game back in the 4th. We're going to have a pinch runner. That will be number 1, Kristen Hollenbeck.
Talking about extra inning games, a couple years ago I coached in a 17-inning game. That was 4 hours long. You talk about, you get to the point where you just like, you don't even care who wins.
Yeah, you just want to go home.
Yeah.
That one hit sharply to third. A great play. They'll go to second and get the force out. Throw back to first, not in time. But a good play by Wells at third. 5-4 fielder's choice. Two outs. And here's the pitcher, senior Taylor Rossman, who's 0 for 2 in the game. She pops this one up. This is going to be tough, and nobody will get to it because it's out of play.
Hey, go down the far stairs over there. Far stairs, go down about 3/4.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first for the Seminoles of Florida High, a record of 20-6. Keystone Heights was a district champion. Florida High a runner-up. Keystone 19-7. But they started 1-6. They've won 10 games in a row. Runner got a little too far off of first base to throw to first, not in time. Keystone has won 18 of their last 19. I mentioned earlier that they're averaging 7 runs a game during their streak, but today they have not been able to solve Taylor Rossman, who has given up just 1 hit. Swung on and fouled back, 1-2.
Yeah, Taylor has been on her game. She's thrown very, very efficient.
That one's taken high and away for a ball. Another close play at first.
I thought Davis over there might have a chance of setting up a delayed steal there. She's drawn 2 throws to first and take another big lead and then just take off the second on that throw, the next throw to first.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. She struck her out. That will do it for the Seminoles in the bottom of the 6th. And, Mike, that gives the Indians a chance coming up in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, and like you said, harder their order, right?
They will have 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Florida High has stranded 6, but they lead it 1-0 as we head to the final inning, the top of the 7th. Chelsea Harvin, Kelsey Waters, and Kayla Walker coming to the plate for Keystone Heights. If they want to keep their season alive, they need 1 run. And base runners, have been hard to come by against Taylor Rossman, who heads out to the circle here for the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I really believe they got to start swinging at the first pitch, or maybe even go to some small ball or something, try to make something happen here. You know, you're down to your last 3 outs. I don't think you have much of a choice. Of course, you got the harder their order, but again, the harder order should be maybe swinging at the, best pitch they see first.
And the heart of the order, a combined 0 for 6 against Rossman, who has struck out 8 in the game. Don't forget the final game of the day, our 4th and final game coming up in Class 8A, Plant City Durant and Jacksonville Mandarin. Kelly Neff and Mike Estes on the call right here on the FHSA Network. And then the 2 championship games tomorrow in 4A and 8A, and that will do it for the FHSA softball finals. The FHSA baseball finals from Port St. Lucie beginning on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Join myself and Marty Palman right here on the FHSA Network as Play On Sports covers all the game. That's in fair territory. No, foul.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Wasn't sure if he was going to call that thing foul or not. It bounced in fair territory, but
yeah,
it was fielded in foul territory.
Yeah, she didn't know what was called. Harvin was leaving the field.
Chelsea, you got another chance at it. 0-1, just a foul ball. Harvin 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a pop up to short. Keystone down to their final 3 outs. Popped up to short. The catch is made by Dozier, and there's 1 away. Taylor Rossman and the Seminoles 2 outs away from a championship game against Gulliver Prep, whom they lost to last year in the semifinals.
Well, one thing, Mike, right there, at least Harvin attacked both pitches. She didn't take a strike, and they probably should have been doing that earlier in the game.
Big swing and a miss by Kelsey Waters for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, 2 big cuts, and Waters quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Yeah, she's trying to tie it up right from there. Got to stay within yourself now right here and just put the ball in play.
0-2 pitch is up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on base. Keystone Heights needs a run to extend the season. Indians down to their final 2 outs.
Wouldn't be surprised to see her go up again, up in the zone. There you go.
And she struck her out. Rossman has struck out Waters 3 times today. She has struck out at least 1 in every inning, and now she's 1 out away from victory. Nine strikeouts in the game for Rossman, who delivers a strike to Kayla Walker. Walker 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a pop-up to second. You can see the adrenaline there for Rossman. Delivers a little bit high there.
Yeah, that's tough. Like you just said, a lot of adrenaline going on, and she throws a changeup. It's almost a perfect changeup.
The 1-1 pitch. High and away, ball 2, 2-1. Keystone just wants a chance. They want to get a base runner and then see what happens. But they're down to their final out of the season. The 2-1 delivery from Rossman outside, ball 3, 3-1. Taylor Simone on deck.
Here comes a big pitch.
You take here?
Not really. I think if it's there, you drive it.
That one's taken down low, ball 4. So there's your potential tying run. A 2-out walk here in the final inning. And here's Taylor Simone, the senior, and what could be her final at bat, with a tying run at first, 2 outs in the 7th, and popped up back to the seats. Strike one.
Keystone's approach, at least so far, they're attacking.
The 0-1 pitch. One's taken outside for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th, 1-0 Florida High. The 1-1 pitch. That one is hit up the middle, right to the shortstop, Dozier, who tags the bag. And that will do it here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 runner left on base. Congratulations to the Florida High Seminoles. At 21-6, they will play Gulliver Prep tomorrow in the 4A state championship. Also a congratulations to the Keystone Heights Indians, who finished the season at 19-8 as they come up just 1 run shy today. There's your final line total. It was a pitcher's duel between Taylor Rossman of the Seminoles and Amber Skipper of the Indians. But the 3 hits in the 4th inning enough for Florida High as they get the victory, and they will now play for the Class 4A state championship. Our Class 8A semifinal coming up in about 45 minutes. Until then, that's going to do it for our coverage here in the Class 4A state semifinal. But we do want to remind you that if you would like to buy a DVD of this broadcast or any other broadcast, go to FHSAAsports.com. Now speaking for my broadcast partner, Mike Estes, for our entire Play On Sports crew, I'm Mike Rideout. Once again, the final score, Florida High 1, Keystone Heights 0. Good night, and God bless from Clearmont.